Hi everyone, I'm Abby from Cross and Crafts, and I thought I'd do a Flosstube. We've been going for about 6 years now. Next month is our 6th birthday, and I thought, why not? I've been thinking about it for a while. I love cross stitching. I love all sorts of crafty things. I'm a creative person. My main job is a pianist. So I've had some people come and ask me about doing one, and I thought, yeah, why not? Do excuse the attire. It is warm down here in sunny Newlyn, so I've got comfy clothes on, and I'm sat up in the room where Cross and Crafts is done, which takes up quite a bit of space. I mean, look at all the boxes of threads, and looking at this beautiful view that we have over Newlyn Harbour, so you can see Mount Spey there. Do excuse any noises in the background, it might be neighbours because I've got the window open, or the dog. Little Miss Luna, who is the thread protector and guardian. She's burying stuff in the background, so just ignore that. So I've been cross-stitching on and off for a while, really. I started when I was a kid. I think it was like year 2 in primary school. We had like a kind of crafting club at lunchtime and did some cross stitching then. Then I stopped. Then I did some embroidery when I was about 11 or 12 years old, stopped. And then actually back in 2014 I broke my ankle and I got a kit off Amazon because I couldn't go to work, and I got really into it. And then I really got into it in 2019 when I bought my first project from Heaven and Earth Designs, and it was David Penfound's Ray of Light, I think that's what it's called, and I did that for 4 years, and I finished it a couple of years ago. Still got to bath it, still got to frame it. Maybe that's this year's goal or this summer's goal. But yeah, and I started Cross and Crafts, and still stitching away. I don't know how many of these Flosstubes I'm going to end up doing, or how regularly, just because I tend to have a bit of a rotation going on with my current projects, which I'm really desperate to start a new one, but I'm trying to stop myself. So what I do is I try to stitch on one project per week, and try to aim to get about 2,000 stitches in on that week on that project, and then I'll go to the next one. So I thought I'd show you what I am stitching on in my rotation. I haven't brought one up because that's downstairs on the Lowry, which is the mini enchanted reindeer, which I've just posted about on Instagram actually. So yeah, so let's get into it, I suppose. So first up, I seem to have got my rotation in a kind of Heaven and Earth Designs, then Tilton Crafts, then the Cross Stitch Studio thing. Don't know how that happened. Yeah, I am very much into full coverage. I am doing a small one as a gift for somebody, but yeah, I haven't done that since last week. I should really get on with that. Also, I've got a show in 4 weeks, so I'm also, well, like I said, a pianist, but I'm also a musical director. This next show I'm only playing for, but it's a big one. It's Les Miserables at the Minack Theatre, part of this special 40th anniversary licensing that Cameron Mackintosh has released. So that's going to be really cool. It's going to be exhausting, 9 shows in 6 days, but I'm very grateful to have been asked. I did 9 to 5 the musical 2 weeks ago as the musical director. Then 4 weeks before that I did Beauty and the Beast, and then I've got something with the Hall of Cornwall in August, and then start rehearsals for Bang Bang in September. So busy, and I like to keep busy. But music is my first love, but stitching is my kind of calm down. It just helps, I think, so much, and I always have multiple things that I'm doing or thinking about, or yeah, I'm a multitasker 100%. I can't be doing one thing at a time. It has to be at least 2. So with cross stitch, it means I can just sit and just stop thinking, which I love, and I'm so happy that I've managed to find it. Okay, so right, stop warbling on. First one, this is Welcome Home Max Colours from Heaven and Earth Designs. I am doing this on 32 count, easy count, Murano, 1x1 tent. I kind of switched which direction I was going to go in. So as you can see, we are getting there. We have had a roll of the scroll frame. The scroll frame is an LBC frame. I think this is the 27-inch with the 9-inch sides. Got our side tensioners, really helpful. So yes, this is where we're at. I've done 70,011 stitches out of 318,000 stitches, and we're currently at 22% for that. This is going to be the one that comes on to the diary on Friday. My switch over day used to be Sundays, then it was Saturdays, and now it's Fridays. So I will do some more on the mini enchanted reindeer, and then I will switch to this one and at least try go somewhere. I've got two different ends. I went across the top and then I went down to go that way, and I realised my brain doesn't really work that way. I'm much more like a book. So I then started this side. So hopefully we will go in there. So that's that one. The next one, I really like this one. It just seems to be taking forever to actually get anywhere, really. So this one is Dawn of a New Day, which is retired from Heaven Earth Designs. It's a Lucy Pittaway, and I like Lucy Pittaway's artwork. I like the sheep, but for some reason I'm not really a stitcher that likes to do animals, apart from the reindeer, because I love stags, I love reindeers, I love Christmas, so that makes sense. And a couple of years ago I finished Mini Wolf by Lisa Parker for my mum, because wolf is her spirit animal, which I enjoy doing. But for me, for at home, I'm not really a animal people stitcher. You never know, that might change. So Dawn of a New Day. This one is, it may look a little bit thin, but I know it will buff up. This is on 28 count, easy count Brittany, and it is 1 by 1/10 because I love 32 count, as you will find out. And I find with 28 count, the 2 by 1/10 gets too thick and too stodgy, and then the full cross, yeah, it could do. Unfortunately, I have converted into a tent stitcher, especially for all of these. When you're a full coverage stitcher, you want to try and make some progress. Well, I do. So yeah, so this is 1 by 1, which looking away isn't too bad. Up close, you can see some fabric, but I know that will cover or get thicker when it's got more stitches and when it's washed, so it will fluff up a bit. So this is kind of like a test to see what 1 by 1/10 on 28 count is like. But yeah, it's pinks and some kind of brown trees, but it goes into a lovely harborside picture. I will try and insert photos into this video. This is the first time I've ever done this, so we'll see what happens. So yeah, so we are at, on that one, 16,176 stitches, which that doesn't seem like very much, especially when it's out of 316,550 stitches, but never mind, we carry on. So that is currently at 5%, so this will go in after I've done the week and welcome home. So we go with that one. That's also Heaven and Earth, well, it was Heaven and Earth Designs before it got retired. So the next Heaven and Earth, I've got so many, it's awful. And then someone ordered some threads from another Etsy shop, and it just looked absolutely amazing. So I said to her, can you send me the link to the shop? Oh my goodness, I've favorited about 10 of their cross stitch patterns, and I've got the ones at Christmas that I haven't started. There's just so many. There's so many nice ones, and it's trying to find the balance. When I did Ray of Light, I was a monogamous stitcher. I just stitched on that until about the last 6 months when I started the Mini Wolf. And now I've kind of discovered that I just want to start all the projects. But that's not going to happen because A, space, and B, the others will just get completely missed. So I'm trying to make progress, and ideally I want to be able to finish one before I start another one. it if I can, considering how many stitches there are in these projects. Although Reindeer, Mini Enchanted Reindeer that I got downstairs, I've only got about 17,000 stitches left on that one. So potentially I could start a new one this year, although I have started a few new ones this year, which I will come to in a second. Okay, so next one. Now this is a big one. This is, I haven't noticed designs again, and it is super-sized Max Colour World Travel Bookshelf. I love this one, but I did get very overwhelmed. So I had this on a 40-inch LBC scroll frame, and realised that where I stitch, I've got a bookcase right next to the chair, and there's no way it would fit across. And I was kind of becoming overwhelmed by how much further along I've got to go, because it is so wide. So I then kind of fiddled about putting it on a Q-snap. I do need to make a grime card for it, but I suppose it makes it look a bit more manageable. So this is on 32 count, easy count Murano, 1 by 1/10 stitch. It is all rolled up here, but I've reached the halfway point across, which with that bit of fabric, I have done quite a bit. I'm not going to take it out because it took me forever to figure out how to put these ribbons on. Which again, 30 count 1 by 1, it really does show good detail. It's pretty, it's a really good coverage, and again, you use a lot less floss doing it this way. I work out you get about, give or take, a few hundred stitches added on for any travelling and things. You get about 12,000 stitches out of one skein, however you want to say it. So therefore, when you're doing something this big, it does make it easier to manage. So this on all of that under there is 52,098 stitches out of 722,277 stitches, and we're sitting at 7%, which then makes you kind of go, why did I choose to go SSMC? But it's so clear, and I'm just ready to get down to the next bit, but I'm going to keep trotting along to the end and then go back. So I'd quite like to be able to reach the end of this year, even though I've got more shows than what I ever have done, which is great. It's great, I love it, but less time for stitching. So yeah, I love it. I do love it, and this is the first SSMC that I picked. I do have, I think, 2 others chart-wise. I haven't started them, but yeah, hopefully we can get a bit more done on this one this year. Again, it's just that whole progress. You're wanting to make progress, you're wanting to see progress, and when it's something so big, it's just a little disheartening in a way, but we carry on. So next one, which is Gecko Rouge. Now, I treated myself, it wasn't this Christmas, it was last Christmas, so Christmas of 2023 going into 2024. It's really funny. I was on their site, never really looked. I thought, I can just kit them myself, with the CXC threads. All of these are CXC, bar this one, because I got it as a kit. And I saw this, and what's really funny is when I decided to do Ray of Light by David Penfound, the whole reason why I did that cross stitch is because my husband Matt and I went to St Ives just for the day to have a look, and we went into the St Ives gallery and we saw some artwork by Roseanne Bell, and we saw the original of this chart that I'm stitching, which is called New Star Moonlight, and I absolutely fell in love with it because it was so textured. There's so many different forms of use in the painting, but there's no way that we could have afforded it. So I kind of was looking for something that I could stitch for him as a piece of artwork, hence why I did Ray of Light, because it reminded me of colours. So a year and a half ago I was looking on their site, and I was like, I'm sure that's the same artist that we saw 6 years ago. Would you believe they actually had the chart for this New Star Moonlight, which is the painting that we wanted to buy? So I was like, what, screw it, I'm going to get myself a kit. So I ordered the kit. I also got another one which I haven't started. It's just sitting in its box, which is fine. I thought I'd give it a go and see how it goes. To me at the moment, it's only a very small start. It looks quite blocky, which I suppose it is in a way, but I didn't think it would be this blocky. But I've only done a small amount, so we'll see if it gets less blocky. I'm hoping it's as clear as the painting. You just don't know. The only downside I have to the Gecko Rouge kits, the only downside is that the threads aren't cut to 1 metre lengths, which, little shout out for Cross and Crafts, I do. You know, we can kit yours, just put it in a bag, all the threads and the fabric, and send it to you, or we can do the complete kits where we do thread cards and put it on. And I think by having the threads going a certain way and having them cut means that you can just start straight away. You don't have to faff around with trying to cut it yourself and that and the other. But, you know, each to their own, and it does take time. Believe me, it takes a lot of time. I've got a kit to be doing, which I should be doing now, and I haven't. What are you doing? You speaking? Are you joining in? Little whimpers from Leanie. But, yeah. So it is a bit messy. It has been in a bag, and I've kind of not decided where to go. Oh, I've lost my needle. Oh no, there it is. So you can kind of see that is a small snippet of what it should look like. So I decided to go with the needle minder that goes with it, to see it, but it's not very strong. When I try so hard to make ours be really strong. But anyway, that's what I've got so far. So really, it isn't very much. So you've got the water and then the start of the wall. But it is very blocky, and I don't know why. So I'm a little bit disappointed. But we're just gonna have to keep going. So this is on 28 count. I'm doing 2x1/10 because it is DMC thread, so I know it's thinner than CXC. If it was CXC, I would probably do it 1x1/10 on the 20 count, or switch it to 32 count. But because it's DMC, I thought I'd do 2x1, which is getting quite bulky down here. I mean, the back. Look at the back. It is thick. But we'll see how it goes. I'm just going to keep going with it. I spent the money, I bought it, and we'll see what happens. See how it turns out the more I do. Hopefully it'll make a difference, like further away rather than that close, because it's always that, isn't it? It's always that, imagining that you get so used to seeing something so up close and go, that's not quite right. And then you put it away and you're like, oh, actually that looks better. So yeah. So the next two are from Tilton Crafts. I really like her pieces. So this one I did originally start with as a kind of like stitch along with some people on Instagram, and again it's been in a rotation. So I did do some on this a couple of weeks ago, and it's not too bad. Again, 32x1 tent. I'm reaching over to get it, and this is where we are with Hocus Pocus. So we've got the hair. I'm just starting Winnie's hair there. I do love Hocus Pocus. It's a great film. It's part of my childhood from the 90s. Love it. So like I said, 32 count, 1x1 tent, and this is 10,413 stitches out of 139,100. So we're at 7%. Realise I didn't give you the stats on the Gecko Rouge. Gecko Rouge, 4,687 stitches out of 157,025 stitches, so 3% on that one. Definitely need to do more to see how it goes. But this one, we're at 7%, which is quite cool. And it kind of works. Again, that 32 count 1x1 coverage, tent coverage. Yeah, I like this one. But again, I'm ready to go down. But I'm not going to go down. I'm going to basically, I think, I don't know yet. I might go across and then start here and then go across. And then if I can fit another page and go there before I move the Q-snap. And then just have these tied elsewhere, ready to go on the next bit. So I might do that. But I need to get that bit finished. really. There's just so much to do. So much to do. Then the next one, Children Crafts. This is Crimson Sonata. So I, like I said, I'm a pianist, singer, musician. That is my other job besides Cross and Crafts. And I saw this and I just fell in love with it. So it's got a lady playing a grand piano. And I thought that would look wonderful above my piano or somewhere. So I started it. Again, this is folded. I'm now at the furthest edge. It's all folded in here. So you can see it's kind of like in a church cathedral-y thing. You've got the light coming through, and then that's the top of the piano, which I was so relieved to get to when I was stitching on this. So this is 32 count, 1x1, 10 on easy count Murano. This one, surprisingly, is 21,246 stitches of 122,500 stitches, and we're at 17%. So bar the Welcome Home, this is the best worked on. Well, and the Enchanted Reindeer, which is downstairs. Yeah, I really like it. It's different. I seem to be going with different block colours. I've had green, I've had pink, I've had blue. I've now got browns and beiges. And then I think, oh, I want a bit of colour. So then I switch. So yeah, I like this one. So I'm hoping to be able to get along to the end. And we'll see how it goes. And then the final one is the Cross Stitch Studio. Now, when they had their sale on last year, I bought 3. Yeah, I bought 3 of their libraries. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. Have done, watch it at least twice a year. Need to reread the books. Super excited for the HBO series. But yeah, just love it. It's the fact the first book came out when I was going to secondary school, and I kind of followed it. And growing up in Oxford, all of the filming was done there. So there was a whole huge hype around that. And I remember when the last 2 books came out, I pre-ordered them at Smith's, and I went into Oxford city centre at like 5 a.m. in the morning to go queue up to go get the book. So sad. I miss reading. I used to read loads. I don't have time. Another thing to do this year. So anyway, back to cross stitching. This is, so the Cross Stitch Studio had a sale. I got Trelawney's Library, Dumbledore's Office, and I got Snape's Library. Sorry, Trelawney's Office. And I got Snape's Library. All their libraries, I can't remember. And I have to say, so I switched this one out on Friday for the Reindeer. I really didn't think it was looking like much, because it's a lot of 939. I mean, hundreds of thousands of stitches are in 939. And I didn't think I was really getting anywhere, but I took it off and I was like, oh, I know where that is. It's on the bottom. So again, 32 count on by 1, 60 threads. Again, looks a little thin, but I think it will fluff up. It's just because it's so dark on white fabric. But look, we have a shelfie thing. It actually is looking like something. It's like the books at the very, very bottom left corner of it. So I'm actually quite proud of that, and it does kind of pop. So this is the first Cross Stitch Studio chart I've ever done, and I know they're huge. For example, this one is 640,000 stitches. I've done 12,510, so that's about 2%, which is fine. It's absolutely fine. And I'm excited to see how it comes out with more flooring and the brighter colours and things. But I've never done one of their charts before, and so I bought 3. Of course I did. As we all do, whenever there's a sale, go and do it. So I'm intrigued as to how this will come out. Now that I've completed 2 Heaven and Earth designs. I know how they come out. And surprisingly, the mini wolf that I completed looked amazing. So I'm just intrigued as to how they'll come out, how the Tilton Crafts will come out. And then maybe start another one, one of the other ones. But yeah, that's the stitching. it seems like a lot, but it seems like not as much as other people's. I'm sure there'll probably be more added. But yeah, thanks for watching. I thought I'd pop on and do the first one, bite the bullet and do the first one. And yeah, I don't know how regularly I'll come on here. I might do some orders, like show you how we do the orders or things like that. Just because why not? Why not? And everybody loves the sight of loads of threads, don't we? That's why we cross stitch, so we can buy more supplies and just have bags of threads and patterns. But yeah, no, thank you so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you on the next one. Take care.